So I brought fire from within you, and it consumed you. I reduced you to ashes on the ground in the sight of all who were watching. This is Ezekiel 28. If you want to understand your enemy, this is the place to start. This is a clarion call to all of your listeners and to all the people listening. When you finally stand up and face your enemy, when you make the decision to fight for truth and justice, when you decide that this is about children, that brothers will turn against brothers and sisters, that mothers will turn against their daughters, when you decide what you're willing to give up, make that decision knowing that you need to be prepared to be locked up, defamed, and have everything that you hold dear ripped from your arms.
The federal government, the ATF, an agency within the federal government, has actually decided to ban something and say that, hey, that there's something that you own, something that you possess, it is actually illegal. And they're not going to compensate you for it. They're not going to, they're just basically going to say, hey, they said basically, we have to turn it in. Got to turn them in. You can't own them. If you keep them, you're a felon. And so I filed a lawsuit in federal court against the Department of Justice, against the ATF, so that we all can keep our bump stocks. And I'm hoping that this case actually goes to the Supreme Court. So we got to get it, from where we are now. The current judge, this federal judge here in Austin, actually ruled against us this week. And this is breaking news. This guy, he basically said that the bump stock, he compared it to a pump action shotgun.
So he's never used a bump stock, obviously.
No. So he's comparing it to a pump action shotgun. He's saying that the way you actually fire it, it actually, they're both the same. And so he ruled against it. So now we're going to appeal to the Fifth Circuit in New Orleans.
There's no internal, Facebook's not accountable to anybody. It's not like the U.S. military where the decisions you make as a military officer, you are accountable for those decisions. Facebook is not accountable to anybody.
Yeah, oops, I just erased or banned, 40 Trump counts. Oops,
Yeah, it's like, sorry, it was a glitch, Twitter, the New York Post can have their Twitter back if they go and delete this post, but then they can repost it even though we were wrong for taking it down in the first place.
Oh, and then they lie under oath about it all.
Oh, absolutely. They 100% lie about it. And so, and that's why I think having veterans at these companies is so important, because you have people who have a strong moral compass. You're taught your oath as a military veteran is not to the President of the United States, it's to the Constitution. And so that is what you swear an oath to uphold. And so, yes, you have to follow the orders of whoever your commander in chief is. But at the end of the day, if you see something that is unethical going on, it is your duty to say something.
What do you think happens to our Second Amendment if Biden gets in?
We're going to have some serious problems. Right now, we're having problems with ammunition and different parts, of firearms and complete firearms. If Biden gets in, come January, then you're looking at 4 or 5 years. If it's going to be a problem. So if you have not stocked up by now, if you don't have, the gun that you want, the gun that you need, if you don't have the ammunition, the amount of ammunition you're going to need for personal protection, yourself and also your family, you're going to have a problem getting that stuff going down the road because the price is going to go up. It's going to be a lot longer before we can catch up to where we are today, catch up to where we were before. So you're talking, instead of it being, $8 for a box of 9mm, you're looking at paying $50 for a box of 9mm.